Hello. I'm going to read an excerpt from the latest book that I've written, Concrete Women, Gender, Urbanism, and Protest in South Asia. So chapter 2 is titled, We Have Left This World to Live with Each Other, a Suicide Note / a Suicide Note. Scare quotes. We have left this world to live with each other. The world did not allow us to stay together. We did not have any men with us. The message was scrawled on a wall in red lipstick near the Sabarmati River in Gujarat. On a disposable plate found nearby, another message penned in the same charred symbol of red lipstick read, The world did not allow us to stay together. When will we meet again? When will we meet? Perhaps in the next birth we will meet again. Red lipstick scrawled across a public wall and etched on a flimsy disposable plate told the haunting truth of another lesbian suicide and murder in the summer of 2018 in India. Red lipstick, a marker of sexual freedom, of feminine pleasure and desire, was used to tell a commonplace story in a country that decriminalized queer sex a few months later. On September 6, 2018, the Supreme Court of India read down Section 377 of the Indian Penal Code, making it legal to be queer in India. Gay marriage still continues to be illegal in India. I use terms like queer and gay colloquially, and I use more proper terminology in the book that I've written, like 2S LGBTQ+, and I also discuss hijras and the lineage of hijras in India in comparison to the language of modern transgender rights, which is not in competition with each other or exclusive. In this book chapter, I discuss the relationship between urban developments in Gujarat and suicide. We are made to feel a certain way in city spaces, and concomitantly, city spaces are also produced by public feeling. Sites such as the Saket City bus stop, where Jyoti Singh was gang raped and murdered on December 16, 2012, now take on a public significance. The bus stop becomes a public site that is haunted with traces of sickening male violence and traces of people's resistance to misogyny in the form of protest. The Sabash Bridge, which overlooks the Sabarmati River in Ahmedabad, Gujarat, is now part of the city's branding. The image of the bridge is often used in tourist brochures, videos about the city, and other efforts to sell India's natural beauty to travelers who flock to this bridge for innocent pastoral outings. And Ahmedabad was named as a UNESCO heritage site in India. Suicidal publics exist in the real time of a rapidly urbanizing India, one in which the cynicism of development and the promotion of secular capitalist narratives of consumer culture as development cannot be separated from depressive self-immolation. In governing the urban poor, river development, slum resettlement, and the politics of inclusion in Ahmedabad, Renu Desai discusses how the Sabarmati River project was an attempt to govern the poor. Many poor people's lives involved coalescing around the banks of the river, and the development of the waterfront as a tourist site further displaced those who used the water as the main source of their livelihood. Throughout this chapter, I discuss the suicide of two female lovers in Gujarat in relation to the displacement, erasure, and the death of the poor, which have been orchestrated by the state through the Sabarmati River project. This bridge, for many residents, carries memories of incalculable pain, suffering that can only be fully expressed in speechless acts of self-harm. Feminist interventions in South Asia are not the stuff of neoliberal branding, nor do they mimic or follow from Western feminist movements. The public life of feminists and queer people in urban South Asia corresponds to the very public deaths of those whose murders and what are called suicides are produced due to the sheer force of patriarchy in the region. A bus stop in Delhi, as well as a bridge in Ahmedabad, become pilgrimage sites, places where one can bear witness to the corporeal violence done to bodies in the name of misogyny, often disguising itself as culture, tradition, and religion. Public spaces in South Asian cities are not innocent, natural, or simply markers of new and liberal narratives of development. The city is a graveyard and a place of monumental remnants of loss and public calls for justice. A symbol of a change in India, one rapidly moving toward urbanization and economic growth. The Sabarmati Riverfront project is a large-scale venture in the same state where Prime Minister Modi was once chief minister, presiding over and rumored to be responsible or partially responsible or involved in the Gujarat riots of 2002. The riots also form part of the haunting residences of the city. In 2002, after a train burst into flames due to electrical problems, rumors spread that Muslims were responsible for the tragedy, which left predominantly Hindu passengers engulfed in flames. More violence and death ensued. The city burned with an unspeakable rage. Many Muslims were openly slaughtered by Hindus, and Muslim women were raped by Hindu men. Echoing the sexualized brutalities of partition narratives, Muslim women's bodies were used as symbols of religious honor and subject to gruesome assaults, marking the territory of Gujarat as Hindu territory. Over a decade later, Modi, who was once banned from entering major Western countries due to his crimes of Islamophobia and religious violence, became the Prime Minister of India. Narendra Modi was elected to lead an India that is managing the anxieties of economic development and cultural upheaval brought about by the proliferation of transnational capitalism, abusively coupled with Hindu nationalism. In Hindu Nation and its queers, caste Islamophobia and decoloniality in India, Nishant Upadhyay discusses the rise of Hindu nationalism in India. The author writes, in the last 3 decades, the Hindu right has become mainstream within multiple government tenures across the country, primarily led by the Bharatiya Janata Party, Indian Nationalist Party, which serves as the political populist medium for the Hindutva agenda. During the same period, there has been unparalleled visibility and recognition of queer and trans peoples and their struggles, culminating in the recent judgments and bills. Further, within the same period, the Indian economy has also been unprecedentedly neoliberalized. Needless to say, these 3 processes are deeply intertwined. The neoliberal processes have enabled both the rise of the Hindu right as well as the rights of queers. So throughout the book, I try to touch on these really eerie public texts and objects that are found, like suicide notes written in red lipstick uh, by queer factory workers who had a lesbian love affair. They left behind this act of writing, scrawled in red lipstick, rife with symbolism and the macabre resonances of the truth of violence. We have left this world to live with each other. The world did not allow us to stay together. We did not have any men with us. This world did not allow us to stay together. When will we meet again? When will we meet? Perhaps in the next birth we will meet again. When will we still meet? When will we meet? Perhaps in the next birth we will meet again. We have left this world to live with each other. The world did not allow us to stay together. We did not have any men with us. This world did not allow us to stay together. When will we meet again? When will we meet? Perhaps in the next birth we will meet again. When will we meet? Perhaps in the next birth we will meet again. Perhaps, and only perhaps, we will meet again through the inauguration of new public cultures that guide us towards the possibility of life. So that is an excerpt from the book that I've written, Concrete Women, Gender, Urbanism, and Protest in South Asia. And it was published by Anana Publications in Toronto, Canada in 2025. I am a adjunct lecturer in sociology, critical race theory, and gender studies. And I teach online, and I have also taught before at Ambedkar University, Delhi University, and Srishti Institute of Art and Design in Bangalore, India. And I currently work as an adjunct lecturer in Toronto, Canada, and throughout Canada, online and in person. And I also teach and do research and write transnationally. I've also been a visiting fellow at Birkbeck College in London, England, where I worked as part of a really interesting research project called Hear a Single, which looks at communities of single, meaning unmarried women in Shanghai and Delhi, New Delhi. And I've been a postdoctoral research at the Open University in Milton Keynes in the Department of International Politics, where I worked on a research project called Occupying Citizenship After Orientalism. So I hope that you enjoyed this reading from this book, and it's called Concrete Women, and my name is Tara Edward. Okay, cheers. Happy Pride.